And I know Carice. I went to school with Carice for 4 years, and you are nothing like who I was talking to one bit.
But didn't you fall in love with McKenna, who happens to be me?
Yeah, but it's you.
I've been dating a girl I met online for the past 3 months. The thing is, she is not your average everyday girl. She is famous. Her name is Kareem, and she won Miss United States Teens in 2003.
Whoa.
What concerns me the most is if she is who she says she is. I am just a normal guy. I live in Western New York, and she lives across the country in California. I am ready to hopefully start a life with her and get out of this town. Please help figure out everything, and hopefully it's not too good to be true.
I've done all that I can.
Looking.
Hey.
Hello.
So it's been Rose the whole time?
Rose.
It's been you the whole time?
Yes. I'm sorry about everything. I don't know what to say. I'm really sorry. What do you think?
Why wouldn't you tell me it was you?
I was scared.
Scared?
Scared to tell you. I do have feelings for you, and I was just scared of what you would say to me.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you had feelings for Joe?
Few months.
When you started to fall in love with me or whatever, then why didn't you tell me it was you?
Because I didn't want you to stop talking to me altogether. Another part of me, I just like doing it because for me, it's kind of like entertainment.
When he actually, I guess you could say, shot his shot, he slid up on my Snapchat. I had posted a picture and he just sent me some heart eyes.
So he responded to your story?
Yes, and then we've been talking since.
How did it get to the level where you were like, oh, this guy's cool?
When I was in the relationship with my ex, I broke up with him because he cheated on me. And I told Brian that, and we just kind of clicked because he was a good listener and he had a good heart and he's willing to actually want to be there for me. And I just started to get to know him a little bit more and I like his personality and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But how'd this Brian guy get your Snapchat? How did he know?
I don't even know because whenever he added me, it said it by username. So he obviously had to have my username.
Did you ever ask him how he got your Snapchat?
No. And it's just kind of weird because the reason why we can't get on the phone is because he said he doesn't have any minutes. And then we can't FaceTime because he doesn't have any Wi-Fi. And then we can't meet up because he's always leaving to go home. He lives in Houston. So
How's he getting to Houston?
His car.
He got gas money, but you ain't got minute money?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Something's up.
And he's posting, he's putting up stories on Snapchat?
Post stories and stuff. Yeah, pictures.
And they're selfies?
Yeah.
Or mirror pics or whatever?
You want to see?
Yeah.
I want to see.
So he has a story up now, or you just have some saved?
Oh, no, I have some saved.
Yeah, I want to see. Oh, wow.
Oh, okay, fine. Go off then.
Okay, so you screenshotted this from his story?
Yeah.
Oh. If he's posting on Snapchat, he's got Wi-Fi or a minute. I mean, how is he going to tell you can't use his phone when he's clearly using it?
He just makes up excuses.
Oh, who's this?
That's Courtney.
Oh,
What the?
Uh-oh. Is she trying to say something else?
What is she doing?
Aubrey, come here, I have to say something.
she said she has to say something to you.
Aubrey! I don't want you to go to the park and Brian not show up because I'm Brian.
So wait, there is no Brian.
There's
no
no
meeting at the park. You're the one we've been
I'm
messaging
Brian.
with.
What the? Oh my God.
I'm sorry the way everything happened. I really have a lot of feelings for you. All these feelings and stuff are new to me. I didn't know what to do or how to feel.
Wow. You could have told me, we live together. Why would you lie to me, though?
I was talking to Janisa about how I felt about you, and she was basically helping me come up with ideas. She actually created the Brian Snapchat. She did everything.
What's confusing to me is like, how does making a fake dude?
I don't know. Janice was just like, you should just make a Snapchat and talk to her, like just to get to know her, so I would know everything, like what she like, what she doesn't like, before I approach her as myself. So that's
Right,
what we
okay.
were talking for those months.
So you were just trying to get to know her so that eventually would feel like you were ready as yourself to start trying to be
approach
friends. So, but why didn't that happen? It's you had 3 months.
Well, I don't know. Like I was just nervous. I was scared.
What inspired you to finally come clean, and why did you think this was the best way to do it?
Janisa came up with this idea of Catfish, the show. We've been talking for long, and we weren't going anywhere, so I wanted to try something new, and I just agreed to it.
So, a couple months ago, you're on Kick.
Yeah, it was late at night, and I get this random message. It's a girl named McKenna, and we started talking. The first thing that really caught my eye was how friendly she was. She was easy to carry out a conversation with, and you know, the first picture I saw of her, she was just an absolute angel. You know, I found out that she lived in Washington, like 10 minutes away from me, which was really cool.
10 minutes?
Wait a second.
That's
Whoa,
so
whoa,
close.
whoa, whoa.
And you've never met her?
You said in your email that she lives far away.
Well, about a month ago, she moved to Florida. She wouldn't tell me what city.
Does she have a Facebook page?
She doesn't have a Facebook page or any social media.
In the email, you said that she got a phone.
Before she moved to Florida, she was using an iPod to kick me. And then when she moved, because it was her friend's iPod, she moved, so she had to give that back. And then as soon as she got to Florida, her parents bought her a regular cell phone, and she's been texting me through that, but I haven't been able to call her, hear her voice.
Why? Because her parents are strict?
Yeah, like her dad shut off the multimedia settings on her phone, so she can't send pictures, she can't video chat. I can't even call her like late at night because she'll wake up her parents, stuff like that.
That doesn't look suspicious to you at all?
Yeah, but nothing else really raises a red flag. Even the pictures that she sent me, they look like the same girl, so, you know, a good 80% sure it's her.
So you love her, for sure?
Yeah, we both love each other. I'd like to eventually use my money to have her fly back with me and move in with me.
Wow.
That's a big commitment to make to each other, having never met, that you're gonna sort of sweep her away from her family and bring her back to Washington and move in together.
Yeah, it's huge.
Hey, I'm Neve.
I'm Kareem.
Carice, nice to meet you. This is
Meet you too.
Karuchi.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
These two.
You know essentially kind of what's been going on with Brandon. He's kind of talking to this girl. We came here to help him figure out who she was. And the trail sort of led to you. And from what we understand, you made the McKenna profile.
Yes.
What? Does Nikki know?
Yes.
Oh, nice, good. Well, that's great. That's wonderful.
So at what point did you make the Kick account?
I started making a Kick account because like these people from Yik Yak were talking to me and I didn't want to give them my information.
Okay.
So I just made a random Kick account. And then it was like, your contact, Brandon has a Kick account. And then I just said, oh, I'll talk to him and see what he has to say to this random person.
And then you went and made a text me account and started texting me.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So it got a little out of hand.
Yeah. I did not think it'd go this far at all.
Yeah, well, it did.
I didn't.
You made some wrong judgment there. Yeah. You could have just texted me as Carice.
Yeah, because
said,
you
"Hey."
totally replied to me.
Well, you didn't try, so you don't know.
I know, but I didn't lie to
not?
you, other than the name and the place I lived.
And I know Carice. I went to school with Carice for 4 years, and you are nothing like who I was talking to one bit.
But didn't you fall in love with McKenna, who happens to be me?
Yeah, but it's you.
So you really love Brandon?
Yes, I do.
What is it that you love about Brandon?
That's a lot of things. I think he's like super compassionate. When he loves people, he gives his whole being to it. And not a lot of people do that. And you don't give up on people easily. And it's nice.
I appreciate that. I do. And I'm sorry it came down to this,
but you kind of brought it upon yourself.
Okay.
You seem to be taking this pretty well.
I don't like cry ever, so I mean I'm hurt inside right now, but I'm just not showing it.
Usually when we have these situations, it's introducing two strangers to each other. You guys are not strangers. You have a very real relationship in real life. So the question is like, well, what happens to that now?
I just want to kind of think a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
Myself.
So walk us through the way it started with this guy, James.
Just had a baby. I was on MySpace. We exchanged numbers and we started talking. Probably like a month in, he sent me his first picture. I liked it. After that, he asked me to be with him.
And you haven't been dating anybody else, right?
Correct. I done put 3 years in this, like 3 years.
Over the last few years, you've also asked him to like video chat.
I asked him to Skype me, and he was like, he got a raggedy camera. I was okay, whatever. Like, I'm really getting fed up.
You went as far to move to the same state he's in, and he still can't meet up with you.
Yeah, he was excited. We talked about a future, maybe moving in together. But when I got there, he just keep making excuses on why he can't see me, and I don't know why.
Oh my God. Stay open-minded.
Hello.
What's up?
Hey, man.
What the? Are you serious?
What?
Trez, really? You been behind this the whole time?
Why y'all bring her?
Wait, who is Trez?
That's my baby daddy.
It
What
ain't
you
no
mean,
way.
who is that?
I ain't no way.
How the could you do this to me?
Oh, that's no.
Trez!
No, are y'all in on this?
What you mean, in on what? You really think I'm finna set you up like that? What the?
No, somebody
You
in on
already
this.
know I don't even do like that.
No, that's-
Clearly, this is
No.
not
No,
something
it's
that
no
you
way that
guys
can be
were
it.
in on
No.
together. So let's not let this get between you guys.
No, it's gonna be between us, because who's Trez?
Well, you don't know this guy, but apparently they had a kid
So
together.
you have a child.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I'm through with this.
Wow.
I don't want nothing else to do with this. I'm ready to go.
And you liked her,
Yeah.
but you couldn't really pursue her because of your previous relationship.
Yeah.
I don't even know who he is. I never seen
We
him.
met at a party about 3 years ago, October. And so it was the little Halloween party.
Do you remember being here for Halloween a couple years
That was
ago?
right before I moved to Washington.
We wasn't even really properly introduced, but I kind of thought we liked each other.
So you were into
It
her.
wasn't even supposed to be like this. I was just really just trying to holler and
That's bull. That's really
I'm sorry.
bull.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
It
Who
wasn't
does,
supposed to
like,
go this long. I was gonna
it
come
wasn't
right
supposed to
out
go
and
this
tell
long,
you
but
who
it
I
was this
was.
long, like-
I was gonna come right out and tell you who I was off the bat.
And then it hurt me because that's my friend TT. You know that time this girl done told me she done fell in love with the person she texting on the phone and come find out it's my baby daddy? Now she looking at me like I got something to do with this. Like, come on now.
You know, we brought Aisha because they're good friends.
Yeah.
And Aisha's sort of been there for her this whole time.
Listen, man.
And I
How is it
understand that
messy?
the whole reason you wanted to sort of use this fake name was to avoid
Exactly.
this mess, but
Exactly.
maybe you didn't think
Happened
things
anyway.
through. Because,
Happened
I mean,
anyway.
eventually she
I don't wanna talk
she was
to
going
her.
to find out.
Yeah. I was gonna tell her. It wasn't never supposed to go this far.
Started talking to her, then this connection started happening because she likes everything I like. It's strange, but like, because I got a relationship, it's something to fall back to. She made me feel good, like when I was texting her.
Where does Annabelle live?
She said she lived in Portland, Oregon.
You live very close to her.
Yes. I tried to meet up and stuff. She's busy working.
And have you guys only messaged through Facebook or have you talked on the phone?
Only Facebook. She will not let me call her or talk to her or nothing.
So you don't even have her phone number?
I don't.
Wow.
Where would you say your feelings are on like a scale of 1 to in love?
It's hard if you love someone that you don't know, but the connection I love about it is a strong 8.
Whoa.
Because we do talk a lot. Like, we have all this connection. Like, she loves sports. I'm a big sports fanatic. She does make me happy, like, when I message her.
Has it occurred to you that this Annabelle could be lying to you in some way?
The only reason I think that, to be honest, is because I'm talking to you live right now. So,
Yeah, it's not a great sign. if you're talking to me before you're talking to your girlfriend. Do you know this person?
Are you kidding me? What the That's definitely my buddy, Jeremy. That's Becca's brother.
What's up, Derek?
What the
There's a lot of reasons and a lot of stuff I gotta tell you.
What's your name? Sorry.
My name's Jeremy.
Jeremy.
I'm one of Derek's really good friends.
Okay, cool.
I am trying to just fix all this. That's why I'm here, bro. I'm not here to hurt you in any way, bro. I'm just trying to help, dude. I care about
I'm
you, dude.
shaking right now, bro. Like,
I'm not Annabelle, okay?
Okay, so
I hope not.
Okay.
I'm not Annabelle. I'll just go get Annabelle. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
I talk to him all the time. Like I showed him everything about Annabelle, and like he just playing it off, and he's on. Oh my God, that better not be your sister, dude.
Is that Becca?
It definitely. Oh my God.
That is Becca?
Yeah. If this is one big joke, dude, I'm gonna him for life. Oh my God, dude.
This is my sister.
Becca, right?
Becca.
Okay, hi. We spoke on the phone, right?
Yeah.
Neve, and this is Laura.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Can someone just explain what's going on?
Yeah, please.
So I'm Annabelle.
You're not Annabelle.
I'm sorry. Everything I said was the truth.
Everything you said.
Everything I said was the truth. I just was afraid to talk to you as me because you're like a brother to me. I've known you for so long.
I don't even know what to say.
We spoke to you yesterday, and you were very comfortable talking to us and denying to know anything, and you're a good liar.
You've lied to him, you've lied
That's
to
why I can't
us,
believe
and
none of those text messages that you sent to me.
Did you send the email?
No, I did write the anonymous email.
You wrote in? I thought he wrote in this whole time.
I was in the middle of it, listening to both sides, and I couldn't be just holding a secret anymore between my best friend and my sisters.
Jeremy, how long did you know she'd been catfishing Derek?
Probably after a month or two, I knew.
How did you find out?
I had a feeling just because she was always on her phone, and then I was asking her who she's talking to, and then one day I just kind of figured it out.
I'm mind blown right now. I feel so stupid right now. This is my life, bro. We all been one big family since we met, back in high school days, you know.
She's not trying to hurt you, dude, especially after all you've been through, you know? She just cares about you.
I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't mean everything that I said.
I loved talking to Annabelle. Well, you. You made me feel good, but there could have been a better shot, if you really liked me instead of going through all this.
Derek, why don't take a second?
Yeah.
Try to give yourself a moment. You guys want to talk for a second?
Yeah, we'll talk for a second, and then maybe you guys can talk.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel so embarrassed.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you I wrote in.
I just wish you would have told me before this.
Do you really have feelings for Derek? Or was it an attention thing?
I definitely do.
This is mind blowing, bro. You didn't even think it was Becca. That was the last person I would think on this planet is Becca.
You never got any clues from them, or it never seemed weird?
Dude, I know Becca. She's smart, but not a day in my life would I think she would do this to me.
Sometimes you think you know someone, and
you guess you don't.
But what's the point?
To see if he felt the same way as I felt about him.
About this random girl?
Yeah,
These
I know. Saying it out loud, it doesn't sound as smart as it did in my head, okay? I guess I always thought I was friend-zoned. Because we're brother and sister, you know? We're family.
So you thought you'd be the little sister forever sort of thing?
I'm shook right now. Holy
Looking good. Where are you?
I'm at my grandma's house.
Yeah, can't you recognize all the nicknames?
Oh, of course. Where is Grandma Billy?
You guys want to see her?
Yeah.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, I can see you. You see this thing? Hi.
What's been going on since we left? Give us the update.
Me and Becca, we've been hanging out. We went out for some dates, I guess.
Wait, someone's there laughing.
It sounded like Becca.
Yeah, she's to the right.
So what, are you guys inseparable now?
Becca, you look awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's so hot here.
Definitely hot in there.
You guys are hot.
Yeah.
I'm picking up a lot of
vibes.
Thank you guys so much for everything that you did to help us. And I lied to you at first, but I'm glad that I was able to come clean, for sure.
What about trust?
I trust her.
Even though you know she's capable of elaborate deceptions.
Yeah, but I would never thought she liked me how she did if this did not happen at all.
Well, it seems like this is a happy ending.
This is great.
I don't condone catfishing, but it kind of worked out in this case. We're expecting the wedding invitation in the mail.
As long as you guys marry us.
Ooh, I'm in.
All right, this is great. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.